Alright, right now I'm on the shuttle bus heading to the dock where I'll be leaving for the 11:35 cruise over to Flower Pot Island.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, once we get closer, you can either look into the glass or outside the windows, whatever you prefer. Both are really good views today. Big Tub Lighthouse. It was built in 1885, and it only cost them $675 to build it. Probably way more money to maintain it nowadays. But Abraham Davis was the first lightkeeper and would guide in the ships with a pole and a lantern on the end of it. He's the cause of the shipwrecks. I'm just kidding.
Alright, so right now heading over to Flower Pot Island. Boss a run machine, you see? See, I don't want to call it choppy, but it's not still because there's a fair amount of wind blowing. But nonetheless, the ride is pretty smooth. I don't anticipate any risk of getting motion sickness. Yeah man, see that? Boss at the road. It's good. Road boss, road. Oh, not the curve, road. Or should I say sea?
Top right-hand corner of the larger flower pot, you will begin to see the side profile of a man's face. You can see the eyes, nose, and mouth. This is what we like to call the old man on Flower Pot Island. As we've made our way around the island, you may have noticed an orange substance growing on the rocks. This is a living organism called elegant sunburst lichen, which is the main reason for the vegetation on Flower Pot Island. After many generations of decomposing and decaying, it builds up enough soil and nutrients to allow for cedar trees to grow right off the rock face. Some of the cedar trees on the island could be over 800 years old.
Alright, so right now I'm at Flower Pot Island, just disembarked the boat that took us over to this island. So I'm now walking along the boardwalk on the way down to see the flower pot as well as the lighthouse. So it's a nice trail. It's not really flat. You have some levels or some sections where there's some incline, but the good thing is that it's very shaded, so you're not in the direct sun, because it is a 30-minute walk to where I'm going, which is the lighthouse. Not gonna lie, the water clean. Right now, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like jumping. Trust me, water look nice, pretty. See, right now you're seeing all the way down to the bottom. Very nice. Well done, Canada. Well done, Mother Nature. So I'm not sure what type of rock this is. It doesn't look like limestone. It wants to look more like shale. Um, but after years and years of exposure to the elements, you can see the effects of physical and to some extent chemical weathering that has led to the formation of these distinct rock patterns, culminating into the flower pot that we see right here. So named based on its distinct features, resembling a flower pot, being wider at the top and tapering to a narrow base. So indiscipline is everywhere. One of the things that the guide on the boat mentioned was not to carve your name into the rocks because it's a national park and they're trying to preserve. And see, indiscipline, what's that? Ole Inca Onatoye, indiscipline. Kiana and Shannon 2024. Shannon and Murat 2024. What kind of mix up that on? I'm sure I'm not the first Jamaican here and I won't be the last. But nonetheless, where I represent. I guess there's some way to get down there, but I'm not so enthused. All I can say is that the water looks really good. I'm hot right now, and just looking at it, I feel cool. Alright, so right now I'm at the lighthouse keeper's house. Man, the lighthouse keeper was living a good life. This is very nice one. Rocking chair and yeah. After a long day of work, you just come, kick back in the rocking chair and just go and enjoy it. Look at the view. Okay, so I'm on my way to the lighthouse. You can see perched up on the hill to the right there in the distance. You'll access it via this trail, this boardwalk here. Of course, with stunning views of the lake right here. These look lopsided. You have this chain link acting like a handrail. This one seems a bit wobbly. Yeah, this is not for the faint of heart. day well spent at Flower Pot Island. You know, saw the small flower pot, the large flower pot, went to the lighthouse. Good walk, good exercise. You can see I was sweating. But right now it's time to head back to mainland Tobermory. I can see our ferry has already docked. So right now on my way to catch that ferry back to Tobermory. So going to Tobermory on the Tobermory Evolution. Nice looking vessel. So right now it's being loaded and myself I'm getting ready to board. Alright, so just push off now from the boat dock. And now I'm heading out into deep sea. Again, day well spent. Thoroughly enjoyed myself. Would recommend anyone to visit. Make sure you come with comfortable shoes for walking, because the trail to the lighthouse is approximately a kilometer, and it is not like a flat trail. So there are several sections in which there is, I don't want to say a steep gradient, so be mindful of that. But otherwise, good. For the most part, the trail is shaded, so not too much concern there. It's just the hills, and you have some sections also with rocks.
We just have an important message just to get out here. Oh, you have to bring the side one down. Yeah, that's a little bit. There. That's plenty. There you go. I figured it out. That's all. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Singing Sands Beach is an area you can come to watch the sunset. Right now it looks to be low tide, as all this area here. My understanding is that in high tide the lake comes all the way up here, but as you can see there are two persons out there all the way out, and the water appears to not even be knee deep. So yeah, I won't be going out there, but from where I'm standing I can see persons are out there and they're enjoying themselves. So Singing Sands Beach, it's like 10 minutes away from Cypress Lake campground, so you can definitely swing by here. Parking is usually an issue. I just paid for parking. It's like $15 for parking, roughly I think $15-16, and like $9 per person, so bear that in mind. And during the daytime parking usually is a challenge, but like at this hour you have a lot of empty spots. All right.